Hyde Street Studios. This is a recording studio built in 1969 by a guy named Hyde. And in those early years, it produced, you know, the San Francisco sound was that era.
Back in the day, Jerry Garcia and Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and Grace Slick, they might all be here even on days they're not recording. They would come and hang out in the halls and get called into sessions.
Well, that was a clip from When the Sound Hits the Walls, a new docu-series that's highlighting the iconic Hyde Street Studios, celebrating the artists and albums that came to life there over the last 50 years. Here to tell us more is the director, Alber Lopez. Albert, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
Really excited to talk about your new docu-series. And there's so many amazing, exciting things happening in this docu-series, a lot of history. But I first have to ask, where did this all begin? Why did you want to create this docu-series?
Well, it's so important because to talk about the history of Hyde Street Studios is to really talk about the history of music in the Bay Area and how that has impacted the music industry globally. I mean, as you just saw by the clip you guys played, there are so many legendary artists that have come out of there, and it's still a big, thriving community. Hyde Street is by no means a museum where all the best stuff happened in the past. It is still a living, breathing place where hits are still getting turned out. So it's absolutely amazing. But where it really started, the credit belongs to Bradley Reeves, a resident of the Tenderloin, who's sadly no longer with us, but he was he's the one that planted the seed for this project and got a lot of us interested. And then through Chris McGrew, who's one of the studio partners there, he brought me in. We started talking, started throwing ideas around, and then we settled on it. Now is the time. We got to make this project, and we have to tell this story. So it was very organic. The process and how it came about was very organic, and it feels right.
I love that too. Anything that happens organically usually ends in a pretty good result.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome that, you know, you all are coming together to celebrate the history of the Hyde Street Studios, and we know there's so much history there. What kind of approach as a director did you have to take to this project, knowing this is a big story to tell?
Yeah, you know, it's we really had to just take everything in, not just the studio and the history of the studio, but the community in which the studio exists. It's right in the heart of the Tenderloin. And the Tenderloin, of course, has a rough reputation here in the city, and we knew that going in, but we're so grateful to that community, to all the people there. They have welcomed us in with open arms. And you know, the approach is to, like I said, not try and make it seem like it all took place in the past, but to show, you know, the day in the life of the people who are still there, still working every day, still clocking and still living that dream of rock and roll, you know, because that spirit is still very much alive at Hyde Street. So the approach for me was to just show up, be a fly on the wall, and capture as much of the magic as I possibly can.
Wow, that's an amazing approach too, and probably the correct approach to really just be able to sit back and listen and hear all of these amazing people's stories, especially within the community. But what artists to you stand out directly from this project? Because I know the Bay Area is, like you said, a staple in the music scene, not just in California, but really in the entire nation. So what artists maybe stand out to you?
Gosh, well, I mean, going back to the origin, when it was Wally Heider's studio, acts like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, the Grateful Dead, they all came up during that time and recorded there. But then moving forward, I mean, you've got the Dead Kennedys, you've got Digital Underground. Tupac Shakur recorded his first album there, Tupacalypse Now. And going forward, like Train, Lil Nas X, One Republic, I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, asking me which artist drew me the most is like asking me what my favorite Beatles song is. You know, there's so many to choose from. And but it really comes down to those artists that when they came along, they sort of not only steered the sound of music at that time, but they were culturally impactful. Carlos Santana is another one that really comes to mind for me.
Wow.
Just all those amazing artists, and they did it all in that one studio space, which is incredible.
And is there something maybe that surprised you during this process, or something that you learned, Albert, that you hadn't known before, whether that be from an artist or really just the entire community in general?
You know, I think I I'm learning the most about how the music industry is evolving, especially with new technology and with the introduction of social media. There's lots of people at Hyde Street that are live streaming concerts, live streaming the actual process of recording music and engaging with the audience, so the audience can actually get a behind-the-scenes look at how that kind of brilliant music is made over there. So I would say the thing that surprised me the most is how Hyde Street has evolved with the technology, with the culture to stay as relevant today as it was back then.
Yeah, and you guys still are producing this. You're still filming.
Yes.
You need a little bit of help, and you guys are doing that with a fundraiser this weekend.
That's
Tell us
right.
about the event.
That's right. On August the 26th, we're having a fundraising concert with the legendary Headhunters band. That's Herbie Hancock's band.
Wow.
Sans Herbie, but the entire band will be there, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be at the Guild Theater in Menlo Park. 7 o'clock, the doors open. The show starts at 9, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. And the cherry on top of that is that we're bringing the Headhunters back into Hyde Street this week to record new music.
Oh my gosh.
So heard for the first time right here. Just
it's like a 360 then.
Exactly.
It's really coming full circle.
It's going to be amazing.
Amazing. Okay, one more question for you before I let you go really quickly, Albert. What are you hoping that when this is finished and produced, what do you hope people take away from this docu-series?
Well, that really amazing music is still being made here in the Bay Area. You know, recently, post-pandemic, a lot of studios closed down. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of great businesses, especially in the Tenderloin, but Hyde Street is still there. Hyde Street is going strong. And I think the most important thing people should watch, especially up-and-coming musicians, is that Hyde Street is very accessible. I mean, the people that came up there, all these legendary names, don't let that intimidate you. If you've got a dream and you've got some good music in your pocket, you can come to Hyde Street. It is still a very accessible place.
That's amazing. Albert, thank you so much for all you're doing for the music scene here in the Bay Area and this new docu-series. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.